rookie from Toledo. This is Kareem Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Here's Smith now on second down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A Kansas City first down. Smith finding Hill that time.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll toss it to Hunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield, otherwise that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
On second down, here's Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
They're going to give it to Gordon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 4.
And now look at him go. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 91 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Tyreek Hill on the return. Shreds the tackle. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Even after more than a decade in the league, Smith still one to account for with his legs as he picks up a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. They'll roll him out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Going deep downfield for Ross. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, Sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Smith now to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
Smith on 1st down. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. On 1st and 10, Smith pushing through the contact. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
Eluding the pressure right. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. It's picked up by the Broncos.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon fights him off. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that play was vintage Derek Johnson. Made a play in the backfield. In college, he did as an outside linebacker. Used speed to get to the backfield. Now, a bulked-up inside linebacker with multiple Pro Bowls on his resume.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Smith. Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. To throw on second down is Smith, and it's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From the gun on third down, Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Brandon, that's the third time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate one fumble, twos, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Calling a gain is 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Kaepernick now on the keeper.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now this time, Kaepernick will throw. Flexing his muscle at the 30. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And all the way home for a Broncos score. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Smith And the Broncos get there and take him down. Brandon Marshall able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the sack of Smith, and now the Chiefs coming up facing 3rd and long. Now Smith, and now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Aaron Lynch in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Smith looking to throw on second down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Kansas City first. Smith finding his fellow Pro Bowler Kelce. Back to throw, Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Broncos on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bird. And it's a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The Broncos on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw, Kaepernick. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A.J. Green, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos add on. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Tyreek Hill set to return it. Oh, spinning away. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Smith going to give this one to Hunt. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And, oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. The ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
On 1st down, Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aaron Lynch in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
50-50. Back up. 12.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
Hey, back up. Yellow.
They run for it with Hunt. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the time
one
we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. Throwing now is Kaepernick. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover. Over there in the end zone. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Here we go.
From midfield, here's Kaepernick. Throw left side complete. It's Bird. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The Broncos on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he did get it back, I do think. Yes. So no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a 1st down. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Play clock winding down. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Come on, let's go.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. Check. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Fresh set of downs here.
Let's go. One, flex round. Ohio.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. At the 49.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Come on, let's go.
Kaepernick wants to throw on 3rd and 1, and able to find Green. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go.
On the counter, here's Gordon. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down and keeps him in a running situation. And he loses the football a 2nd time. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now Gordon on first down. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Come on, let's go.
First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And he lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They go play action to Hunt. Now Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Kaepernick looking to throw. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Flushed out right. Space to run past the 20. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a pickup of 17 there. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Kaepernick. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Allen Bailey in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Kaepernick, they're going for it on 4th. And this is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's Chris Harris with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Up big, and they go for 2, and they get it.
I remember being in high school and seeing an article in the paper where a local columnist had said, Why are we fighting over sportsmanship and running up the score? Just run it up on everybody and deal with it. Some people just don't care that way, and obviously this coach feels the exact same way.
So that article was saying the defense should be able to stop them.
That's what they're trying to say. Hey, if you don't want it to happen, stop them. Otherwise, quit whining about it.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching.
He's going to go. Albert Wilson. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Down the numbers. There he goes. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. Flush to his right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession.
And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 30. The 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smelled terrible. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the reach. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Here's Smith. Caught here by Conley. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. The Chiefs on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 17. One last throw here for Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Kansas City.